Hello, my name is James and welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News for September 2nd, 2020. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about Star Wars. The Mandalorian Season 2 has been announced when it's going to be airing. That's cool. And speaking of Star Wars, John Boyega came out in an article for GQ and came out talking about some of his experiences on the sequel trilogy that, may ruffle some feathers. We'll talk about that for sure. And Blumhouse has a trailer out that's coming out for Amazon Prime called Welcome to the Blumhouse, a horror anthology. Cool, I kind of like the sounds of that. And today is Keanu Reeves' birthday, so I thought we would give him well wishes. It's his 56th birthday. And we would close out the show wishing him happy birthday and talking about some of his movies that are our favorites. All right, let's start off with some Star Wars. Mandalorian 2. Now, I was a big fan of the first season of Mandalorian. I did reaction and reviews to that, including one of my most hated episodes where I wore my Maple Leafs jersey. For some reason, that really got under people's skin, which I won't do this time around. I learned about how to make my reactions and reviews a little bit better doing that. So when season 2 comes out on October 30th, I will do those reactions and reviews again. And hopefully it'll be better this time around. October 30th, and they put out the new logo. As you can see, it looks pretty good. It's very familiar. This time around, we can see Baby Yoda, though, in the bottom. So that's the one big difference. Somebody did put a comparison there between season 1 and season 2. I felt like that was kind of noteworthy. Very similar, but of course the difference with there being Baby Yoda is in there now. And season 2 is coming up fairly soon. So we got to get a trailer soon, and we'll get to see hopefully Ahsoka Tano and Boba Fett. Just great Star Wars news. Speaking about some Star Wars news, let's move on to John Boyega in GQ. Now, this is a big article that's getting a lot of buzz, and a lot of people are probably not going to like what he has to say in it because, he doesn't paint his experiences in the best of light. And it only confirms some of the things that a lot of us had already suspected, that when Kathleen Kennedy came on, that there was a lot of SJW narratives that she wanted to weave into the fabric of that franchise, which kind of just was done poorly. So poorly that it made it fracture the Star Wars fandom. Now, in this article for GQ, which is a lengthy one, and I suggest you all read it because it's an interesting read, John Boyega goes into great detail. It just opens up with this quote from him. Quote, "I'm the only cast member whose experience of Star Wars was based on their race." Close quote. That's pretty damning. That's something that I'm sure that Star Wars is not a big fan of their actors saying. But it just kind of confirms that they wanted that SJW stuff. They really wanted to go in there and man, it just makes me shake my head. I know that it was on the nose when Kathleen Kennedy came out and was wearing the Force is Female t-shirts, and I was like, I had no problem with that. I know that's going to get people angry, and it did. There's a lot of videos out there of people making angry SJW attack videos, pro-feminism or anti-feminism. I don't know what it is. It's just a lot of people getting angry about that stuff being shoved in their face when they just want to watch a Star Wars movie, man. Yeah, and scrolling through the article, he goes into great detail. He talks about stuff like the clothes that he wanted to wear during premieres and such. It was just, it was really eye-opening, and I really suggest that people take a look at it because it does have some stuff in there that's of note. He talks about Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver. What I have what I say to Disney is to not market a black character as important and then push them aside. So it shows how disjointed that sequel trilogy really was. Like, there was no big overarching plan for it. And it was a complete failure. I really wish some way that we could strike it from the record, but we gotta live with it, guys. Because they did start off with something cool with Finn. The stormtrooper that had fallen from his ways and wanted to become good. There was so much you could have done with that, and you didn't. There's a lot of videos out there criticizing people yelling and screaming at the camera, but that's not my bag. I know it's there, and it just bums me out that that's the direction that they took. I would suggest, anyway, read the GQ article, John Boyega. It's really interesting, and that's all I'm going to say. Let's move on to some more interesting, fun news from Blumhouse. Blumhouse is known for these small little indie horror films, smaller budget that have great turnarounds, and they are coming out with an anthology film called Welcome to the Blumhouse. Now, I'm not going to do a trailer reaction to it because it's really disjointed, but it does have some interesting things in it that caught my eye. One being that it has Joey King in one of the movies, so I'm a big fan of hers. I'm going to watch this movie. It's coming out on Amazon Prime, from what I understand, and I figure, it looks fairly interesting. I would definitely check it out. I don't see a release date here in the actual description, which is kind of a bummer. But that came out today. It's probably not going to get a whole lot of traction, but I would say check it out. And finally, let's just wrap things up today with a lighter note with Keanu Reeves' 56th birthday. And happy birthday, man. From everything I hear about you, I hear that you're just one stand-up dude. Like, you're just a real class act. Like, I hear nobody saying anything bad about you. 56 years, it's hard to believe. He just had Bill and Ted Face the Music come out last week. If you saw that, I still haven't, because I haven't been able to get a copy yet, but I will soon, hopefully. And I'll review that for you guys. But what were your favorite movies? Was it The Matrix? Was it Speed? Point Break, that was a good one. There was an article today in The Hollywood Reporter where he was talking about Matrix 4. I'll leave a link to that there too. He calls it a beautiful story, and that's good news because it's back in production. He says that Lana Wachowski, quote, created a beautiful story and a beautiful script, close quote. That's great news. He goes on to talk about being grateful for being part of the story and how he is back with Carrie-Anne Moss. Matrix 4 is slated to come out April 1st, 2022, which is a year delayed because of the whole COVID stuff. But Matrix 4 is coming out soon, and I think that's awesome. But talking about some of his other movies that a lot of people probably missed, that I would like to bring up that are really cool. I did like him in Bram Stoker's Dracula, even though his accent was atrocious. I liked him in, obviously, John Wick. Everybody likes him in John Wick. But I think one that flies under the radar is Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino. Now, as soon as I say that, you guys will be like, yeah, okay, I remember that. But yeah, he was really good in that with Charlize Theron. I got to revisit that one because I just remember that one being like, well, it's just a normal lawyer film, and then it just goes in this weird, awesome direction that just both him and Al Pacino have great chemistry together on screen. It's perfect. That's the movie that I would like to highlight. What were your favorite Keanu Reeves movies? Let me know in the comments below. All right, that's it for September 2nd, 2020 for the realm of movie news, entertainment news. Let me know what story stood out to you. YouTube is recommending a video for you to watch right there. You can see my latest one just right here. My name is James, and you're watching Mirror Domains Movie News. If you've liked what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. right there.